Bon, so that because Chandra is coming for the interview, so with his interview there won't be a break in between. So we're gonna take it all the way to the top to 2 o'clock, but we're gonna do it here. So I need your phone, or Dosh must call me here. They move it, they migrating you here. There's just a sound issue, but output sound issue. Don't worry, but on air you'll be fine. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna bring the document. We are ready. Okay, Kupali. Did you hang up your WhatsApp? Yeah, because we need to monitor what's on air. Your WhatsApp. We've got about 2 minutes or so. Yeah, you can. Don't forget the library's name after this ad. Where are your notebooks?
I'm looking for them. I had them just now. Just give me a second.
Keep taking promos. She's looking for a live feed.
I had it just now.
Yeah. Okay, let's leave the live feed then. And go
Yeah,
to
let's go to the interview.
We'll play it later. Okay. Dosh, don't take a song. Just take a liner. She's ready.
Mm-hmm.
Tie 3, ne? Tie 3. No, but I get Patrick. I'm double checking.
One, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3,
I
1, 2,
found
3.
them.
Just, no, Patrick must just play a line and then we go into the interview.
Okay, I'm coming.
You won't hear the sound, but you must read this one. She's ready. Like,
SABC Sport brings you Chasing the Sun, a powerful 5-part
Once.
documentary series about the Springboks telling the rousing tale of their path to the redemption and ultimate World Cup glory 2019. It started 13th of July at 7:30 on SABC2. Tune in every Sunday for the highs, the heartache, the heroics that made rugby history. Stream each chapter on SABC Plus, anytime, anywhere. No subscription needed. Don't miss Chasing the Sun this Sunday at 7:30 p.m. on SABC. Be there when history shines.
there was no feed going through. I don't know. There was no feed going through. Apparently you can't hear the sound. I don't know what it is.
Studio. Ke bua miking. Or ke putla. But
In partnership with SAFM, hear the rhythm, feel the heat at the Imbaula Music Festival, where music, culture, and community come alive. Join us on the 2nd of August.
Test, level test. Hello.
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
We can hear each other.
Are you going to come with a liner so I can tell them to cue them? Because remember, they can't hear. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay, cool. Cool. Sharp, 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 sharp.
Mm-hmm.
Miss B?
Mm-hmm.
So, Petra, they're playing a song. He's going to fade it shortly. So he's asking you, as he fades, I'll cue,
Yeah,
I'll
use your
yeah.
fingers to say on
You start speaking.
and then rap.
Back announce it. You have to back announce the song.
What is the
Like
song?
it's not a Mahmoudi. He's going to start fading it now.
Now you have to be my director. Go and direct me. When I'm on, you just say on,
Yeah, I'll say.
on, and then when time to, and if when it's 30 seconds. Well, Tata Mandela, you have to come in and work with us here. Look, we're trying to do something great, but I know that you are watching from heaven. Hashtag Mandela Day it is, and we're broadcasting live from Bothongo Rhino and Lion Nature Reserve, celebrating Mandela Day by giving children from Orlando Children's Home in Soweto a wild experience in the spirit of giving and honoring Nelson Mandela's legacy. And now I'm joined in the studio by Shando Larenti, Group Marketing Wildlife Manager at Bothongo Rhino and Lion Nature Reserve. Good to have you in the studio.
It's really good to be here with you. Thank you so much.
And thank you for making time, and thank you for inviting us to be part of this. So what an incredible site that you have. I was just telling my producer, it is so hidden. It's like in a little nook. Describe what visitors can actually experience at Bothongo Lion and Rhino Nature Reserve.
So, like you said, it's such a beautiful location, and the best thing is it's on the doorstep of the city. It's literally a 25-30 minute drive just outside of Joburg, which makes it even more amazing. The reserve itself is situated within the cradle of humankind, so we are actually, as we stand currently, on a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So the reserve, amongst the amazing wildlife that we have here, 4 of the big 5, we also have the Bothongo Wonder Cave, which forms part of the UNESCO World Heritage Site. But there's actually over 100 species of animals that call the reserve home that people can actually come and see.
And what makes the site more unique than any other nature reserve around the country?
So I think it's accessibility and convenience in some senses. We have amazing natural heritage within South Africa, but a large chunk of the population doesn't have the means to travel to our national parks or the financial means to actually afford those kind of trips. And this is what makes parks like ours such a necessity within society, is that it creates accessibility for everyone.
And we've partnered together this Mandela Day experience for the children of Orlando Children Home in Soweto. What will they really get to see? I know most probably they'll get to see the animals. What more can they expect?
So today's a super exciting day, having the kids out with us here. And it's the one thing we love is it's not just a once-off. It's not specific to Mandela Day. We take in 30,000 school kids every single year, and a very big percentage of those come from previously disadvantaged communities. So the great thing is when they do come, like the kids are getting to experience, as we speak at the moment, they're on a guided game drive, so they're getting to see all the animals out in the bush, the lions, the cheetah, the wild dog, the buffaloes, the rhinos, and many other species along the way. They've also just taken a visit to our wildlife center, where I think as we're speaking at the moment, they're busy in the reptile park, where they're getting to, to see the snakes up close, getting to hold them, interact with them, which is really cool.
And what does Mandela Day mean for you and the organization itself?
So, like I was saying, as much as we absolutely love to chip in on Mandela Day and contribute our time and resources wherever possible, the work that we do is not necessarily isolated to Mandela Day. Within the facilities within the group, education is so important to us. Educating, like we have the kids out today, educating the kids of today is educating our conservationists of tomorrow. And as a nature conservationist myself, educating our conservationists of tomorrow means our natural heritage has a chance to thrive over the next coming generations.
So I was just looking at some of, the numbers. 600 animals, more than 30 species of game, including 3 of the big 5 Kruger lions, white rhinos, and buffalo. Which are the ones that maybe are unique that we don't get to see, when we go to other parks that you have under your 600 animals?
So there's various species. So obviously animals like the rhino, which, our rhino population is under a lot of, or facing a lot of pressure at the moment from poaching. It is a big concern. And the reserve offers unparalleled views of the rhinos, which is really cool. One of my favorite animals that a lot of people don't tend to like so much is the African wild dog. So we've got an amazing pack that calls the reserve home. And these guys are actually a critically endangered species. We only have under 450 left in the wild in South Africa.
Wow. So going forward, the Mandela Day, the 67 minutes, goes by. Tomorrow is another day. Any future plans as to continue the good work of giving that is in the pipeline?
Most definitely. So like I was saying, this is not what we're doing today is by no means isolated to today. Like I was saying, we take in 30,000 school kids every single year. Over 50% of those are from previously disadvantaged communities, and we subsidize the trips when they come here. So that's why I say education and creating accessibility to our natural heritage for South Africans is so vitally important to us.
And to our listeners who are listening to you and I now, who've never known, it's 30 minutes. It's not too far.
Exactly.
What would you like to share, and also just to entice them to say, look, this is a spot where you can come, you can spend the day. These are the activities that you can experience. What would that be?
So the reserve is great. There's so much on offer here, whether it's in winter, whether it's in summer. And there's something for everyone of any age. So if you want to go on a game drive, if you want to visit the bike park, if you want to visit the water parks, the reptile park, or just spend a day out in nature and just disconnect. This is actually one of the hidden gems I find here is the Wonder Cave. If you really want to disconnect and really just explore what the cradle of humankind has to offer, going down on the cave tour is absolutely amazing. It's the 3rd largest cave in the country, and it's a living cave. So it's beautiful inside. You go down 87 steps, another 20 meters down in an elevator, and you actually get to explore the cavern that is the Bothongo Wonder Cave.
It is it's an absolute pleasure, and thank you so much for inviting us to spending some quality time, and also just getting to to give the little that we can as SAFM and as SABC in general. And thank you so much for that invitation. That's Bothongo, Rhino and Lion Nature Reserve, celebrating Mandela Day, giving children from Orlando Children's Home in Soweto a wild experience. And like you heard, you can actually come, make a turn, switch, do something different, some fresh air, get to spend some time with the wildlife, and information that we've been given by the Group Marketing Wildlife Manager at Bothongo Rhino and Lion Nature Reserve, Shando Laurenti. Thank you for making time and chatting to us this afternoon.
Thank you so much for having me.
Bye-bye for now. No. I can't communicate. I have to communicate from this.
Don't worry. Just leave it. We're gonna try something.
No, they're testing
the signal.
a mic.
Where are the headphones that I'm using?
Kids, a Miss B. That's it. Which?
No, I thought.
Hey, kids, these are your headphones.
Oh, the jack doesn't have a.
Hey, it's not gonna work because
You have to. So, here. These headphones, if these jacks had a thinner that goes in here. And yes. Does it am I making sense?
we can't hear anything
Oh,
from
like
this.
this. I think I'm trying to do something. This is an input. It's a phone. It comes in here. And then it feeds this, goes straight to the thing.
Listen, we can only hear what's coming from the phone via the phone.
Miss B, please be ready for the
Not,
live reads.
not
Then
via
they're gonna,
here.
guys,
Not the
preparate a live read.
And
Ne?
then-
After the live read, it's a song.
Let's do the way that you were doing it. Come on top. I didn't think come on top. Let's
No. Let's go back to.
Oh, yes.
Let me do the live read.
Then we take
I'll
a
show it.
song.
So,
Then during the
there are
song,
two
we can
jacks,
connect again.
right? One
Not you,
for the
Josh, I'm
desk.
talking to.
This one
You'll count
If
me
this
down,
one-
ne?
was coming from, was going into my phone. The feed would come from here. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Bound and chase. Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready.
Turn to me on, ne? Yeah, okay. Yes, ma'am.
I'm sending 20,000 invoices.
No, from the studio line. Yeah, from the studio line. We're gonna take a song, Miss B. The song, don't worry.
Oh,
Just for the live read.
okay. Isn't it? This is my headphone. Oh, doesn't it screw? No, it doesn't. Mom, I'm trying to make my life easy here. Trying to sort me out here.
I think we're still gonna take a
Do you
song.
know what I mean?
You stand by Miss B for the live reads. We're still gonna take a song, remember? We just need to get the live reads out.
Am I reading it now?
Yes.
Okay.
You are stand by. She's ready. 3, 2, 1. Now.
In partnership with SAFM, hear the rhythm, feel the heat at the Imbaula Music Festival, where music, culture, and community come alive. Join us on the 2nd of August 2025 at Pretoria Botanical Gardens, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. to vibe to Sun L musician Kelvin Momo, Amanda Black, Zingumalo, Trompies, and more. More than music. Share stories, spark change, and unite against gender-based violence. Grab your tickets at imbaula.co.za. Brought to you by SAFM and SABC1. Hear the rhythm, feel the heat. Imbaula. And whilst we're at it, sports-wise, SABC Sport brings you Chasing the Sun, a powerful 5-part documentary series about Springboks telling the rousing tale of their path to redemption and ultimate World Cup glory in 2019. Started on the 13th of July at 7:30 on SABC2. Tune in every Sunday for the highs, the heartache, the heroics that made rugby history. Stream each chapter on SABC Plus anytime, anywhere. No subscription needed. Don't miss Chasing the Sun this Sunday at 7:30 p.m. on SABC to be there when history shines.
You must play a song. Okay. There's a song now. Also, you were fighting for your guy the other day.
You must be nice to him. He will do what you want
No,
when you are
but-
nice.
Everybody's bringing solutions to the table. He's bringing problems. I told you about your guy. Literally, everyone is solution driven. Not him. He's taking a left. We like bats. But we're here, we're almost done. Our biggest stressor for now is getting this lady out, Udorin. This one.
Yeah.
And then once
Okay.
Doreen is
The
done,
reeds we're not doing with the
we have one more read. The 1 year deal or no deal.
It's what time?
It's supposed to be at 20. Like after the song, then we go into the interview. But you know, I don't think what Ntosh wants to do. I think we must get it out of the way after the song. Because they're counting down. We had it, what's it?
The deal or no deal is not there.
Oh, it's on the phone. It's a screen grab. So I don't know. Okay, when I come here and I bring the phone, it means maybe wait for the guest to finish whatever she's saying, and then we go to a 1420 spot. Then you read the live read. I'll have it open.
Okay. Hey, my director. And she's running there, and she's running there. Hey, she's there in the bush.
I'm really trying, guys. Now, guys, Satamika a song anytime soon. Yeah, that. So the
Okay.
song is Self-Gate Mandela.
So,
Hope I'll give you when she needs to call me again here.
Open up the concert thing, what I can't get. Or is it sorted? Because we're having a studio guest.
There's no. Please ask Betty to unmute.
Okay, on a.
I can be monitoring the show in real time from your phone. He muted.
No, second show. Are you using them now? Or body clear?
To unmute.
Yeah.
Yeah, the extra one I can hide it.
Yes, please. Just clear it. And then that jack you down. I'm an XLR. Thank you.
Okay, where am I? Patrick must unmute.
Yeah, it's okay. No, but I think that was
Okay,
yeah,
cool, but guess
but
we go
now
to
we
the
want the
fight.
thumbnail.
Yeah, we do have a flow.
We want the thumbnail now.
When I'll use my fingers now. Miss B, I'll use my fingers.
I have to sit down. Yeah, I want the thumbnail. Can't see anything. Okay, so this is checking how you.
Yeah, she's done.
I don't even want to know what it's looking like on camera. I don't even.
Oh, apparently.
Really? Oh, okay. Okay. No, for sure I'm in the wild. I'm wilding with the wild. How are you? I'm fantastic. Good. So you're just gonna, you and I are just gonna do each other's one. It's just the two of us, nothing in the background or gosh. But he's on, right? Yes. Okay.
Still playing. So because we want to get the 20 out for the deal or no deal. Yeah.
So why don't I do this? From Salif Keita, I do this, and then they do the kish and then I come back.
That's what I told Tudosh. So that we don't interview, go all the way to 2:30.
Yes, you're fine. You're perfectly fine.
So she better announces, then 20 past, then she does the 9 minutes. Better announces.
Salif Keita Mandela, and situated in the cradle of humankind north of Krugersdorp on the Kromdraai Road. This is where we are broadcasting live, and we are giving children from the Orlando Children's Home in Soweto a wild experience in the spirit of giving and honoring Nelson Mandela's legacy. And when we get back, I'll be speaking to our guest, sales coordinator at Bothongo, Rhino and Lion Nature Reserve. That's Doreen Grobler.
The 20. I don't know if you'll read this live read. Can you see? You can't? Can you see?
It's season 2, and the stakes are even higher. This time, South Africa's favorite stars are back at the briefcase, playing for charities close to home and close to the heart by big names will be featured, big hearts and big deals. Don't miss Deal or No Deal, Celebrity South Africa, Saturdays at 6 p.m. on SABC 1, Mzansi for sure. And broadcasting live, and we are in Cradle of Humankind, like I highlighted, that's in the Krugersdorp area in Johannesburg, and we are basically at Bothongo Rhino and Lion Nature Reserve, where they feature game drives, a wildlife experience, restaurants amongst its experiences, and today we celebrate Mandela Day and partnering between SAFM, of course, that's our station, and Bothongo Rhino and Lion Nature Reserve, and trying to give back as much as we can. And I think hopefully that this is going to be a relationship that extends beyond, and giving Orlando Children's Home in Soweto a wild experience in the spirit of giving and honoring Nelson Mandela's legacy. And with me in our open air studio, Doreen Grobler, sales coordinator at Bothongo Rhino and Lion Nature Reserve, is with me. Good to have you on the show.
You guys here too. Thank you so much.
Thank you for making time, and thank you for inviting us.
Thank you guys for coming and honoring the invite. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to the listeners for tuning in. It's going to be a wonderful day.
So what are, the most popular experiences offered that are high on demand and that are demanded by your visitors the most?
The most highly demanded offerings at the Bothongo Rhino and Lion Nature Reserve is easily our guided game drive. Okay, so you're relaxing in an open air vehicle. Someone else is driving. They're driving through the reserve. You're seeing herds of antelopes, rhinos, and buffaloes. Our knowledgeable guides are over there on the steering wheel. They're giving you information about the wildlife that you're seeing before you. You're taking pictures. The weather is great. It's such an amazing experience, and nothing beats that.
And how many guides do you have in a day per se?
We have about 7 guides on any given day, juggling between our various game drives that we offer.
And in terms of let's say, for instance, a family would like to come. They are coming maybe from a different province. Are there any, is there any accommodation within the area itself or within the reserve itself?
The reserve itself does have accommodation on site. It is currently under upgrades, so it's not available right now, but we're giving it a much needed facelift. So we offer log cabins as well as chalets at the reserve. They're all undergoing minor renovations to get a bit of a facelift. So it's not available for bookings, but watch the space.
So mainly from which countries? Because I saw as we're driving in right at the entrance, I see different types of flags from Botswana, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Malawi. Which countries do you get your international visitors the most? And also what sort of excursions do they request?
We basically get guests from all over the world. But as far as our international travelers are concerned, we mainly get guests from the United States and Europe. Some guests from the Middle East. So it's basically from all over. And what they request to see the most is the rhinos and the lions. Everybody wants to see a lion when they come to Africa. So those are the most requested. Whenever they approach us, they're like, I just want to see a rhino. I just want to see a lion. Can you guarantee me that I'll see a lion? And that's basically all they ever ask for. So, when they go on our 2-hour guided game drive, they get to see it all. So it really is such a popular excursion that we offer them. And it's loved by everybody, locals and international travelers.
I suppose we're spoiled for choice. That's why sometimes, we don't really take it seriously or appreciate what we have in the backyard. A stone throw away, you are in the mist, in the bush, and you are getting quite an interesting experience. Like you're saying that if someone comes from Europe, this is like haven for them. So coming to the specials that you offer now, what specials do you have from couples to family, corporate experiences, as well as school tours?
We are currently offering a dual experience between ourselves and the Lion and Safari Park. So it's called the Ultimate Duo, where you get to do a guided game drive at the Lion and Safari Park, and you do a self-drive and a tour of our wonder caves at the Bothongo Rhino and Lion Nature Reserve.
And if one wants to book, where do they go? You want to do your bookings, you want to check offers. Is there any space that's available where you can just do it at your own luxury time?
Yeah, absolutely. You just go onto our website. It's www.rhinolion.co.za. All our specials are on there. Just go through our website and see what we've got to offer. There's a lot that you can do in a day. In fact, I don't think a day is enough to get through all the activities that we have on offer. So, come through, make a day of it. There's so much to do.
Looking at also the restaurants, you've got quite a number of restaurants.
So we currently have 2 restaurants on site, and we also have a self-catering option in the form of braai and picnic areas. So patrons are allowed to bring on board their own drinks and snacks. You can do a self-drive or a guided game drive through the reserve, and then you can go onto what we call our day visitor center. Inside there, you can just offload, get your meat out, get your drinks and your snacks out, and just have a picnic, have a braai, and do your own thing. Our most popular restaurant is the restaurant we're broadcasting from today. It's the Neck and Deck restaurant. It's absolutely breathtaking. The views are amazing. We have our resident celebrity, our very own Sky, the giraffe, that our guests love to, play with and feed. So you can get a bag of feed from the restaurant, go onto the deck and just feed her and give her some love, and she's absolutely amazing.
You also have the Wonder Caves, and maybe if you could just maybe elaborate on the other excursions that we haven't touched on.
So we have a couple of walkthrough areas at the reserve. So once you're done with your guided game drive or a self-drive, you can go through to our wildlife center, where we have some exotic species in enclosures. So if you haven't seen a jaguar up close, this would be your chance. We also have our reptile park. We do a live snake show a couple of times a week. and on the weekends. And we have our hippo walkway, which is just across from the Neck and Deck restaurant. You can go through, take a walk, see our hippos and some tigers and other predators in enclosures there.
You also have bird species.
Yes, we do.
That
We have
must
a-
be quite exciting.
It is, Nochan. We have our waterfall park, which is also right here close to the restaurant. So you can take a walk through there and see all our swans and flamingos and so on. And then in our day visitor center, there's a bird park on site also.
And in terms of taking care and giving to the children that have come to visit, what has been their experience? I don't know whether if they're finished or they are still doing their rounds.
They're currently on their way to have lunch. And so they took a game drive through the reserve. They've seen all the wildlife. They were taken through to the Wonder Caves to do a guided tour there. They went through to get a snake show and to see the reptiles that are in the reptile park. They went and saw all the exotic species that we have at the Wildlife Center. They have had an absolutely amazing day.
That's Doreen Grobler, Sales Coordinator at Bothongo Rhino and Lion Reserve, chatting to us. And for more information, I see that you do have a site here, www.rhinolion.co.za, where people can actually go and just log on and peruse.
Absolutely, yes. Go through to our website, www.rhinolion.co.za, and see what we have on offer.
Doreen, thank you so much for coming through, and thank you for the invite once again.
Thank you for having me.
And bye-bye for now.
Bye.